Hey, welcome to the show. My name is John. Thank you for hanging out with me today on our 200th episode. 200 episodes of training of how to leverage digital social media marketing to accomplish your ministry goals, to accomplish what it is that you've been called to do. And we are honored and grateful and thankful to hopefully have played a part in that journey with you all as you have moved forward in this. 200 episodes. I'll be honest with you, where we are as a company, where I am at in my own walk, where this business's mission has gone, I am just honored and grateful and so thankful. And I'm grateful and thankful for the friendships and the partnerships and those of you who, for the last, well, maybe 200 episodes, have listened. You share, you ask questions, you are trying things, you are learning just right alongside of us. We do not have all the answers. I don't want to ever give that impression that we do, but we are trying our best to keep pushing forward and trying to see what works and do more of that. And we're grateful to do that with you all. And so, in honor of the 200th episode, I'm going to be sharing some new resources with you all today. And as we get into this, I'm going to show you where to go on it. It's important that you remember when we share these, when I share ideas that we're doing, when we share marketing examples that we are using, I'm not wanting to encourage you to just go out there and copy it and just take away the culture, take away language, take away any of those other things that makes each of you and where you work very specific and unique. So these are meant to help stimulate your ideas and to think through some of these different things that we're doing and think about, well, could it work? Or what might work or modification of it in your context. That is so very, very important. Now, we have been blessed to be able to work with it. It's looking like at the end of this year, we're going to be around 100 or more teams that we get to serve. And we believe in this. We believe that it's important to let teams do what they went to the field to do, which is to share and to respond online and to meet face to face and whatever their digital engagement strategy is. There's a lot of stuff though that teams don't have to do, or you don't need multiple teams necessarily in the same location doing it. And so we're really, really thankful for our partners that allow us to come alongside so many of you all to hopefully remove some of those burdens and to do some of that lifting to free you up to do the things that only you can do. But one of the things that we've learned as we've worked with different orgs now, and we have partnerships and agreements with about 3, 4 different organizations that we do a bulk of their digital marketing work within their field people, is there's a lot of great ideas that are out there. And we've had on our website, on our Kavanaugh Media site, ad examples now for the last 2 or 3 years. And we try to add some new ones to those all the time. But there are new ads that we're doing all of the time. And so what I'd like to do is share with you some examples from the field that we're doing. Now, these will be just the text and they're just in English, but they're there to give you some ideas. And we're going to continue to do this. If the Lord allows for us to do more, well, then the next 200 episodes are going to continue to be us just trying to share what we're learning, what mistakes we're making, all of those things, and what we're learning and hearing from the field. So let me jump into it and show you where to go. All right, so if you go to our KavanaughMedia.com website, then there's going to be at the very top of that, there is a place it says add resources. Okay, and so when you click on add resources, then you will see this free to use, free to adapt examples from some of our partners around the world. And so these are different ads, all of these are in English with different objectives. And so there's 3 or 4 different campaigns here that we've gone through and we've said these have worked well for the local teams and in other locations now that we have used them. We've asked permission, we've done all of that. So this is just a part of hundreds of different types of ads, but I think they'll give you some good ideas and some good examples. So just in case you've never been there, if you look on through the whole page, there's messaging ads, there's these ads from our global partners, there's different types of themes that you can do, conversation starters, all sorts of different subjects that you can use. And the thing is, don't forget that just because you used it last year, that you can't use it again. Some of these you can use, some of the messaging ads, maybe twice a year, even the same ad, because people won't remember them. The shelf life on them is short for some of these ads. So there's a ton of different ones that are on there. And if any of those, you can click on them to view the examples. And you can also look at them to just get an idea of what you see with this whole process. And so I'm going to give you some examples here of what we're looking at. So we'll go back up to the top of this page. And if you click on the download ad examples now, if you were to click on that, that's going to download it as a zip file. And then on that zip file, you'll have PDFs, Excel spreadsheets, either way on it. And so what you have, all right, what we are putting into this is there is a Ramadan fasting messaging campaign, 6 stories of hope campaign, and one on you are worthy. So 3 different campaigns that you can look at, adapt, modify, translate, do whatever you want to do with these. But you'll see a little bit too, just the way that we organize our campaign objectives. And so the reason we put stuff in English and then it's translated. And in the future, we may start to put even some of these translated ads out there. But everybody always has an opinion when it comes to translation. So how you might say it in the language you're working in, and your coworker or local, they might say it slightly different. Well, I'll let you all battle through the translation part of it, but this is the English that is used then for the teams to translate that and to go through what's working for them. All right. So the culture and the language to be able to do that. So I hope it's a blessing to you. I hope you'll go in there and you'll download that and look at some of the other examples that we have from the website. All of these are ones that we have used that have worked well. Okay, so we have some that haven't worked well. Well, we're not going to put those out there. And we are constantly looking and trying to think of new ideas as well. And so that's our intention, is to keep putting up every once in a while, put up some new ad examples. So you might bookmark that page and come back to it later. All right. So thank you for being a part of the journey for these last 200 episodes, which represent 200 weeks. 200 weeks of doing this. So we're quickly approaching 4 years every week trying to put out something that hopefully is going to be a benefit to you. And if this show is, whether it's the YouTube channel that you're watching and the audio part maybe that you're listening to, whichever, the podcast or the video show on YouTube, we would really appreciate it if you would subscribe, if you'll follow, if you'll share with others. We're not monetizing this, never have. All right. This is just allows us to get an idea of the scope of how many people. And so I'll close with this, and I pray that this brings glory to God with it. This show in the last 4 years has grown to the point where we're over 9,000 people who have listened or watched to at least one episode. And that represents 83 different countries. So, whoever you are, whether this is your first time or you're a regular listener or watcher, thank you. We really do appreciate you and all that you're doing to make Jesus famous. All right, next week we'll jump into some more training and more material. If you use these ad examples, if you find that you get some great results or any great stories from them, we would love to hear them. All right. So until next time, keep pushing forward, keep testing, and may the Lord bless your efforts. Bye for now.